All right, let's get real. If you landed on this video, chances are you've either heard the name LPT Realty from someone in your local market, seen some social media buzz and wondered what's the difference with this model, or maybe you're actively considering switching brokerages and you want facts and not fluff. Well, I'm Isaac Guzman. I've spent years building sales teams, recruiting across the country, and leading masterminds and helping agents grow scalable, sustainable real estate businesses. And I'm here to tell you the stone cold truth about LPT Realty in 2025. Not from a script, not from hype, but from actual experience. Because while a lot of people out there talking about LPT right now, very few are actually breaking it down, what it is, how it works, and who's it really for. So let's fix that. Here's the full no BS breakdown of what LPT offers, how it compares to other models, and what you absolutely need to know before making a move. Now, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, that you comment, that you like, and that you share, especially if you're in that mode of searching, but still haven't found the right information. And now you found it, make sure you share that with somebody else. All right, so jumping right in, why are agents talking about LPT in the first place? Let's start with what got your attention, right? LPT is growing fast. We're talking like well over 15,000 agents, 50 states, 2 provinces in Canada in under 3 years. That's right. That's the fastest growth any brokerage has ever seen in US history. In 2024 as well, we were ranked number 10 for the entire country in transaction sides by RealTrends, verified. Also, number 14 in total volume, and we're just getting started. All right, that kind of growth doesn't happen by accident. Agents are joining because LPT is giving them real options, real support, and real tools to grow their businesses without being like micromanaged, right? Taxed to death, or even stuck in a one size fits all model. Now, here's the 2 things that we need to talk about is what's up with the business models? What's up with the compensation? Real flexibility, okay? Let's talk about that. LPT offers 2 tracks. You can pick one which fits your goals, and then you can switch when it makes sense for your business. Okay, so option number 1 is the revenue share model. It's an 80-20 split capped at a $15,000 cap. All right, so once you cap, you're at 100% commission. All right, now that track unlocks the ability for 7-tier revenue share, which is massive, right? Some brokerages offer 7, some only offer 5. Okay, but this one allows you to unlock all 7 revenue share tiers and gives you stock performance on the growth. Okay, now on both of these plans, I'm about to describe another one, you get stock on your first, your third, and your 15th transaction of every year. On this plan where you have 80-20 though, you also have the opportunity to unlock an additional tranche of stock that's awarded to you on your 35th transaction if you're producing that much. Really great stuff. So top producers, team leaders, they tend to opt for this because they love the stock awards and they can see themselves growing revenue share as a great option for them for what we call like passive or leveraged income. Okay. Now option number 2 is the business builder model, and that's the flat fee model. It's $500 of commission per transaction, capped at $5,000 for the year. After that, in terms of commission, 100% of it goes to you. There is always a $195 transaction fee on both sides, and there's a one-time per year E&O fee that's taken out of your first transaction. But with no sign-up fee, no monthly fee, and only paying when you get closings, it's one of the best options out there, point blank. And I haven't even gotten to all the other amazing stuff, okay? This track, however, does not include revenue share. It does include stock, but you get about half the stock that you get from the $15,000 commission capped plan, which is called Brokerage Partner. Now, here's the cool thing. You're still getting stock in a pre-IPO company that is the fastest growing brokerage in US history. I'm not your stock advisor or analyst or whatever it is you want to call them. I'm not your financial planner, nothing like that. This is not trading advice, but it is advice saying you got to look into what that might mean for you and your portfolio, owning a piece of the business that you're in, okay, in your brokerage. And then also those stats really work in favor of somebody who has pre-IPO stock in a company that is set to have a pretty epic year in just its 4th year of existence, right? It's already had its 3-year birthday in March of 2025. Now it's going into the 4th year and it's showing no signs of stopping. Okay. Now, this business builder plan, though, the one capped at $5,000, this really for agents who want to maximize the take home and aren't focused on building a downline or attracting agents. Now, here's the beauty. You can actually start on one, and if your life or your business changes, you can totally switch. That's flexibility, right? That flexibility actually serves the agent because that's the thing. Most brokerages aren't there to serve you, the agent. They're there to serve themselves. You become the servant because you don't get those choices. You don't get those options. All right. So, what about this? What about the tools? Well, they're tools that you actually get and that you can actually use so that you can actually see, do I get what I deserve from this split? Right? It's not just who's the cheapest, but who can give me the most value for the money I am paying to it. So it happens to be that LPT is lower in fees and no monthly fees and lower in commission splits, but they also give you a ton of bang for your buck. All right. This is where LPT really stands out, in my opinion. The tools are not just fluff to make a brochure look good. Okay. Agents are using these tools every single day to get listings, convert leads, and grow their brand. So, first, LPT Connect. All right. It's the central hub. From your cell phone, your laptop, you can run your entire business. Super simple. Okay. Transactions, commissions, training, revenue share, tech support, onboarding, all from one place. Very singular spot to go. It's amazing. All right, second, listing power toolbox. This is just a glimpse into the marketing that you get, but it being the cornerstone of it, I think it's worth talking about. So here's the thing. Listing power tools box. It is a box where you have a demo box and you're able to go out and take listings. All right. So here's what it looks like. There's 168 full marketing pieces in there. We got door hangers, all this other stuff, right? Flyers, business cards designed specifically for that house, sign writers with text capture technology, everything you need to wow a client in a listing presentation. And in addition to that, every listing you take comes with that box for free. All we do is pay shipping. It's got flyers, postcards, door hangers, open house signage, business cards, thank you notes, lots of stuff. Okay. Now, these are all professionally designed, custom to each listing, and it only costs shipping, like I said. And here's the thing. You might think, okay, maybe they're taking a loss on that, and so because of that, their financials aren't that great. No, they own the print facility. Okay, it's a $20 million-ish print facility. They own it, and they're planning to open up another one, from what I've heard, closer to the West Coast. So, man, I'm telling you, the vertical integration on marketing, because again, they are a marketing-first company, is massive. As a matter of fact, I forgot to even mention, LPT stands for Listing Power Tools. It's a listing-focused marketing company first that then became a brokerage. All right. Now, this is a game changer because no other brokerage is really doing this at scale. Or if they are doing it at scale, they're either taking a big loss on it, which I don't know too many that are willing to take a big loss for very long, especially in today's market. Or number two, they're charging their agents what it should be charged, $400, $500, $600 for some of these boxes. Again, because LPT owns the print shop, they're able to do it at significantly less, and all we do is pay shipping. Super amazing. All right. Third, what about websites and CRMs? Okay, used to be called Chime, now it's called Lofty. It's one of the most advanced CRMs in real estate, hands down. You can ask anybody. You get a full IDX website, you got the smart plans, lead routing, texting automation, email sequences, the works. You got it all. And here's the thing, you can actually even run lead campaigns directly through that and launch everything you need for your own lead gen. So most brokerages, let's be real, they give you really weak tech, okay, or they bolt it on, and that's what LPT decided to do, but they didn't bolt on the cheap stuff. They bolted on the good stuff. All right, they're pretty weak at understanding it and how it all flows together. At LPT, it's enterprise level, okay, and it's included. All right, so next, transaction management. It's worth talking about. They use Loop and or SkySlope if you want to pay for your own SkySlope account, because that's what you like to do. That's what our team does. Well, then awesome. You can use that as well. They'll manage that pretty easily for you. And you know it. You've probably used it. It's clean, it's efficient, it's integrated. It's really great stuff, whether you're using Loop or SkySlope. Irrelevant. They're going to work with you either way. All right, so let's talk a little bit about lead generation. Okay, you don't have to build it alone, right? Your whole lead machine. If you've ever been promised leads at a brokerage before, you probably know the frustration of hearing that word when really get nothing in return. All right, LPT is really crushing how to help agents generate leads by actually teaching marketing classes. And then if you use LPT Plus, they actually have leads as part of that from SmartZip. Okay, and not only do they give you access to these leads, but they give you specific training on tools that they know will help convert those specific leads. Right? It's like one thing for me to teach you how to convert an online lead. It's a different thing for me to teach you how to convert the exact same type of online lead that I convert. That's a very different concept if you think about it, right? It's like me trying to tell somebody in, I don't know, I'm in California. It's like me trying to tell somebody in Florida how to, run an open house in a specific high-end neighborhood. I don't know anything about that, right? Now I can help somebody in San Diego run an open house in a specific high-end neighborhood because we've done it before. Make sense? All right. Also, homevalue.com. Now, this is Robert Palmer's vision, right? He's the CEO and founder. This is his vision for Zillow sellers, right? It's built to capture homeowners who want to know what their home is worth. And it's working. Agents are getting text alerts for new seller leads weekly without turning on a single campaigns even themselves. All right. Now, also, like I said, in Lofty, you can build or buy your own lead flow with full flexibility through Google PPC, Facebook remarketing, all right there from your dashboard. And so we know like there are agents getting 10 to 15 leads a week and closing one or two of those a month just off of that, right? After about a 6-month window of them really working it. But again, it's not just about, hey, how do you set up a Facebook lead and how do you convert a lead? It's no, we're getting specified training on this is how you use this tool in Lofty to get this type of ad out, to get this type of response. And here's exactly the sequence of following up so that you can convert at a really high level. All right, the next thing people are asking about is mentorship support and training. That's the real deal here. Most brokerages claim to offer support, but at LPT, it's happening at the highest level. And I haven't really seen this before at this level. And I think it's because LPT, being real estate first, really wants to focus on, hey, are we giving the right training and the right mentorship, as opposed to all these other little bells and whistles that people are trying to add on, right? So looking at that, mentors at LPT are vetted, period. You don't just sign up and start charging agents, okay? You have to actually be active, proven, and willing to help. There are one-on-one mentorship options for new agents, mid-level agents, and even super experienced pros who might want to be really step into luxury or building a team, right? Speaking of which, yes, LPT does have a full luxury division, okay? And it's not just branding, it's training, it's mentorship, it's marketing, it's templates, it's guidance, it's networking, it's direct support from agents selling 2, 3, 5, $10 million listings. And the training overall, well, every single week it starts off with Monday motivation, okay, with Robert Palmer himself, plus usually 3 live tactical training sessions led by actual producers, not coaches, not figureheads, agents closing hundreds of deals. They're all recorded, they're all archived, and you're able to access them anytime through the LPT Connect platform. And if you're part of my network, you also get access to real estate CEOs and our national mastermind platform that dives deep into marketing, recruiting, AI, listing systems, scripts, much more. Being honest, some brokerages, support is a joke. Okay, at LPT, the average support ticket gets answered within 10 to 15 minutes. Now, when I had an issue with a commission dispute on a deal last year, which happens, I had 2 team members from corporate on the phone in under 10 minutes, and the situation was resolved within about an hour. Maybe it took a little bit more than an hour, but not much. My old brokerage, it'd take me an hour just to get a broker to like pay attention or get somebody to answer and say, yeah, we got your message, right? Ridiculous. This is not normal support. Okay, that's exceptional. And it's one of the reasons I trust the platform so much moving forward. Okay, now let's talk about revenue share and stock because it's an important thing. All right, ownership is important. If you're growth minded and you're looking to build passive income, LPT makes it simpler than most anywhere else. Okay, you get to unlock all 7 levels of rev share with just 20 people in your front line. Okay, 20 people in your front line that are producers. Some people call them FLQAs, some people call them producing agents, whatever it might be. But as long as they're selling a house a year or one core transaction, as long as they're selling one house per year, that helps you. If there's 20 of those in your front line, that unlocks all 7 levels. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a whole video about how revenue share works at all companies, not just LPT, although I love LPTs. All right, that's less than the majority of places out there that offer revenue share, less than Real, EXP, and it's easier to sustain because they give away up to 50% of the company dollar. And that's a huge margin. Every agent they attract, every deal they close contributes to your long-term income. Now, here's what I mean. I'm not saying you're going to get 50%. What I'm saying is every dollar that LPT collects, okay, 50% of those dollars gets thrown into the revenue share pool so that it can pay out on the revenue share lines. Okay, pretty great. The reason I love that though is because although other companies start at 100% and then they drop down to 75 and then they're at 60 and then they build in a buffer, trust me on this, the company you're at that has revenue share probably does this. Go research it. All right, don't take my word for it. LPT is the only one that's been forthright from the very beginning. Okay, they said, hey, listen, all those other companies, they're not sustainable. They're eventually going to have to drop it down to 50%. All right, otherwise it doesn't make sense in order to remain sustainable. So what matters more to you? That a bunch of people that were there before you got a bunch of money, or that you're at a sustainable business? Probably the latter. Not only that though, but the reality is all those other companies are now either at or will soon be at 50%. And if they're not, they're probably hiding the peanut somewhere, so to speak. In other words, there's some kind of buffer built in or whatever. There was a company that had that smart decision. They did away with that and just became transparent. All right. So anyways, let's talk a little bit about what else you can have on top of that is stock awards, like I said, at major production and attraction milestones. And it being pre-IPO is massive. So if you're here early, you're positioned to win. Okay. Now, what about office options and culture? Because this is always something that people bring up on cloud-based brokerages. All right. This is a cloud-based company for sure, but they support brick and mortar if you want it. Okay. I personally have an office, okay, that we use, and there's also hubs all around. Won't get too deep into that, but there are places that you can go where LPT supports and helps structure office environments. Okay, we got it approved through LPT, you get it branded, make sure it's compliant, no problem, right? You can build your own team studio, you can open a regional space for other agents at LPT. LPT will even help you set that up. So what about culture? Okay, well, it's collaborative. Okay, it's agent driven. Remember, when it's agent centric, everyone's happier, and it's growing fast without losing its soul. We've got weekly calls, really active Facebook groups to the point where sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm too involved in this stuff. Local events happening all the time. Okay, mastermind meetups, recruiting mixers, non-branded events for networking in a ton of markets. All right, this is one of the most connected groups of independent agents I've ever worked with, and trust me, I've been part of some really big groups, and that includes major franchises, by the way. All right, so the question you're probably asking is, all right, that's all good, Isaac, you gave me the info. Is LPT good for me though? So let me close with this. All right, LPT is not for everyone. Okay, if you want to be told what to do every single day, you're not self-motivated, or if you're looking for a high-cost brand to hide behind because you don't really want to put in the work of building your own, this might not actually be the right fit for you. Okay, but if you want a platform that gives you the tools to actually grow, if you want to build a team or a brand that reflects you, if you want to earn great commission splits and build long-term wealth in real estate, if you want to generate high quality leads and be able to convert them at a real high level, if you want real mentorship, real support, and if you're tired of brokerages that talk about agents first but never act like it, then yeah, LPT Realty is probably exactly what you've been looking for. So here's what we're going to do. Let's talk. Let's see. Because if you want to join, if you want to take a look at what it would look like to join, solo or a team, let's connect. Book a no pressure strategy call. Down in the link in the description below, I have a link. You can book it with me one-on-one. It'll be confidential. And here's the thing, I'll send you anything that you need to know before the meeting if that's something that you're interested in. Everything you need to know to make the right move. All right, so thanks for watching. And if you're serious about building something bigger this year in 2025, I'd be honored to be part of that journey with you. So let's build.